You're pleased with the performance. Was it difficult to feel anything other than disappointment given where we are in the season and the fact that you dominated the game tonight?
We played to win the game, so we create more, we concede few. The stats are there. The way we played was amazing in the difficult stadium with the grass not perfect, and we were we were there all the time.
Pep Guardiola, is he cracking under the pressure? We're here to react to his interesting interview last night. We're here to talk about the fact that Liverpool are breathing down their necks. 7 points dropped in their last 7 games. A number of us predicted that Man City didn't look themselves. They haven't looked at their scintillating best. They haven't been the same Man City who looked unbeatable just a few short weeks ago. There is a 4-point gap. Liverpool take on Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium tomorrow night. If they win, they're a point behind, and the game at the Etihad on the 10th of April becomes massive. But Pep Guardiola has made one substitution in 2 games. His team look like they're struggling to score at times against certain opposition. They dropped points against Southampton. They were beaten in the last minute against Tottenham Hotspur only a few short weeks ago, and now struggling to score against Crystal Palace. And it wasn't just the fact that Palace didn't shut them out. Palace didn't stop City from playing. Palace didn't stop City from having opportunities. Nor did Tottenham, and nor did Southampton. It was choking. It was missing gilt-edged chances. It was not being able to put the ball away. If you go back to the Spurs game, when they scored the equalizer with 5 or 6 minutes of injury time remaining, the majority of viewers felt City would go on to get the winner, and they didn't. And for me, Pep Guardiola, of course, always feels the pressure. £100 million spent on one individual player, defending champions, chasing records and legacies. Of course, the expectation that he must win that Champions League. And this Man City team, don't get it twisted, needs the Champions League. The greatest English teams of all time, in the period of years that they're at their best, Bob Paisley's Liverpool, Clough's great Nottingham Forest team, 2 of Fergie's great Manchester United teams, the brilliant run from 2004 until 2011 for Chelsea, are captivated and put together with winning Champions Leagues. The pressure of that, Liverpool breathing down their necks, feels like it's getting to them. And for Pep Guardiola to be talking about the condition of the surface is a madness, because they created 4 clear-cut big chances. 3 statistically there, and then there was Laporte's header in the dying moments. They had the opportunities irrespective of the grass and failed to capitalize. And the thing is, it's not as though Crystal Palace don't play a good brand of football either. Crystal Palace play with the ball on the ground. Crystal Palace play out from the back the vast majority of the times. They play football in the modern day sense the right way. Patrick Vieira has them playing an exceptionally good level of football, considering, pound for pound against Manchester City, they're nowhere there. Now, I'm not somebody that overtly criticizes Pep Guardiola. He is a genius. He is one of the greatest managers of our generation. And by the time he retires, if not already, is in the conversation to be one of the top 5 coaches and managers of all time. There is no doubt about it. But he does look pressured. He does look stressed. His team look pressured and his team look stressed. And sometimes I feel the most important thing to do in these circumstances is own it. We weren't good enough tonight. We will be better in the next game. Instead of, not so much deflecting, I get there's this element of trying to protect your team and trying to take the pressure off of them. But I think we need to apply the pressure onto Manchester City. Most City fans that called into our show after the game last night were like, we'll be okay. We'll come back. It won't be a problem. And I don't think that is the mentality needed to become one of the elites of the elites. Domestically, City have dominated like no team since Manchester United between 2006 and 2009. No team has been as as potent domestically as them. And you could all argue that with the 4 league titles in that time, the way they've brushed everybody aside year in, year out in the League Cup, the FA Cup victory as well, it's been one of the most dominant domestic periods for a team since the mid-90s with Manchester United when they did the double-double. So they've been phenomenal. But it doesn't mean that they can take their foot off the gas. They're trying to build a legacy here. They're trying to become, a lot of people are talking about this being the greatest Premier League team of all time. The greatest Premier League team of all time doesn't throw away a 13-point lead. The greatest Premier League team of all time doesn't blame the grass. The greatest Premier League team of all time is able to push through this adversity and add that Champions League title to it as well, which they still may be able to do. But it's interesting to see the way Pep Guardiola is, the way that he is behaving, and the way in which that he is kind of communicating. It's disappointing for me as someone who's a fan of Pep Guardiola, how he handles himself. I don't like the checkbook manager calls. I don't like the bald fraud nonsense. He's far too disrespectful for somebody of the quality that he possesses. But I didn't like seeing those excuses from him last night. Really, really poor in my opinion. Now on to Liverpool. The difference between the two sides is not how they're playing football. It isn't the personnel or managers right now for me. It's something far more intricate and subtle in many ways. And really and truly, real football people see it. Liverpool are just grinding out the results when they've not been too good. And on 3 occasions in the past 7 games, Man City have failed to do that. Liverpool have the bit between their teeth, but they've also got a little bit of lady luck on their side, which, by the way, all teams have. All teams have it. How did you pull that victory out? How did your opponents not score? How did that manage to did that squeeze in? How did that go your way? You earn your luck in football. There's no doubt about it over the period of the season. Nobody's lucky to be in the positions of which they are in. But come Wednesday night, Liverpool have this huge, this gargantuan, this, which I think could be a groundbreaking night for this season. Can Arsenal cement their resurgence and beat a team that has embarrassed them on so many occasions in recent years? Can Mikel Arteta's men step up and do Pep Guardiola a favour? Pretty much secure themselves top 4. Not mathematically, but on a balance of probability, winning 6 on the bounce, being on a great run of form versus a Manchester United team that haven't won more than 3 games on the bounce in something like 18 months in the Premier League. Secure themselves at top 4. Or will we see the mentality monsters again rise to the top? Really put that breath on the back of Pep Guardiola's head. Really let him know that we are here. And in just under 3 weeks, we're coming to get you. We're going to come to the Etihad and we're going to play. And we are going to beat you. And we are going to crush you. And when I say crush, I'm talking about their confidence for the remainder of the season. Having that 13-point lead, I would say 85 to 90% of all fans wrote the season off. 1-horse race. City make everybody else look like the Farmers League. No title race again. City aren't going to choke. City are not going to throw it away. Liverpool's pressure is suffocating them. Liverpool's pressure is making them fall apart. Now, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on Pep Guardiola's comments last night. That is what we're here to react to. I want to get your take on it. I want your views and I want your opinions. On top of that, will Liverpool tomorrow night, will they beat Arsenal at the Emirates? Or will Arsenal break that hoodoo, get the victory, all but make themselves certain for the top 4 place and a Champions League position next year and condemn Manchester United's season? I want your thoughts. I want your feelings. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Subscribe to the Football Terrace. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye.